the list, no, Purnimaji?
Padmaja wants to leave early, so she can talk first. But you have to
Gayatri.
appoint a timekeeper. What is the time limit and all that you can tell us?
Okay. So who can be the timekeeper? Sriram is not joined yet. So Gayatri ji, can you be the timekeeper? Gayatri ji?
Yes, I'm just seeing if I have the timer here.
Actually, it should be in the apps, no? Here?
Yes, that's what I'm seeing.
I'm not able to see it.
Okay, I can keep on my phone.
Okay. All right. Where is Padmaja? Okay. You can announce your topic, and when Gayatri says start, you can start, Padmaja.
The topic is implications of the word yoga in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Kamalaji, how much time? Kamalaji, how much time?
I think 8 to 10 minutes is, I guess. 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think when it is 8 minutes, maybe you can just say that, time 8 minutes kind of thing. People can just take a minute or so and stop. Is that okay?
Yes, Padmaja.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
So,
start now. Yeah.
I'll start. I'll just see the time. Yes.
I'm sorry, my camera is not working at all. I don't know why.
That's okay, Prabhuji. We can hear you. That's more than enough for us.
Okay.
Can you see us all right?
I can see you.
Yeah, fine. So shall I start?
Yeah.
Yes, Padmaja.
So the topic is implications of the word yoga in Bhagavad Gita. So we all know yoga, for most of us, like since childhood, we know that yoga means some kind of asanas we do, and pranayama. So that is all about yoga. If at all says I'm going to my yoga classes, okay, some asanas I'll do and then some kind of breathing exercises and over and out. But only when we started learning Bhagavad Gita, we got to know that yoga has got a deeper meaning. It has got many layers of yoga. It's not just kind of, the physical postures or whatever it is. So I would like to start this session with, shloka number 48 from chapter 2. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha asiddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Okay. So it says that be steadfast in yoga, O Arjuna, perform your duties and abandon all attachment to success or failure. Don't get attached to either the success or the failure. So that is what it says. So I will here take 5 different meanings of yoga. So in this, if you see samatvam uchayate, so that means such evenness of mind is called yoga. Here they are not talking about any postures, nothing asanas, just the evenness. So we'll go ahead with first yoga, the word yoga. It has been derived from the Sanskrit word which means yuj, which is also meaning of union, to unite, to join. So here the union of Jivatma with Paramatma or the individual self with the supreme self is yoga. It's as per the definition of it. So I will start with the union part of it. Union with the divine. When we say Jivatma with Paramatma, basically Paramatma here means the divine. So we are having a merging with the divine is what is the first meaning that I'll take it. So it when I say union with the divine, what exactly does it mean when we say that it's a union with divine? It means aligning our thoughts, our will with the divine will. It is a process of that alignment of one's thoughts, one's action, or one's will with the divine will. So once that alignment is there, then we are called that we are in yoga. Through this yoga, one can transcend the ego, and get a realization. And that is when it happens that a union with the divine. So that's the first part of it. That's why that he, it's a samatvam yoga uchayate. It means that evenness of mind. That's the first thing that I wanted to tell about the union with the divine. So the second part of yoga is the path of self-discipline. So the first, when we said it's a union with the divine, the second one is the path of the self-discipline and control, self-control. So yoga also means mastery over the mind and over the senses. So once we have a mastery over our own mind and senses, it means we are in yoga. We are all yogis. We can call ourselves as yogis if we have that kind of control, because 95% of the population don't have this. There are only 5% of the population have got the real control of their minds and senses. So a yogi is one who will maintain that inner balance amidst success or failure. Let success happen, failure happens, anything that happens, but that evenness of mind, that inner balance, peace and joy will always remain. So this inner discipline, once that yogi achieves, it will prepare them for the higher wisdom. Higher wisdom is what they will get. Again, we have a shloka in from 5.12, which says, Yukta karma phala tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim ayukta kam karen phale sakto vinibhadyate. So if you say Uyukta karma phalam tyaktva, no, it means that well-balanced person who renounces the fruits of action, a well-balanced person, Yukta karma phalam tyaktva, tyaktva means he renounces, he leaves it. A well-balanced person who renounces the fruits of action attains lasting happiness. That's what it means. Shantim apnoti. Apnoti means attains. Shantim is that peace and happiness is what. So that's the second definition that yoga, which says path of self-control and mastery over the senses and mind. The first one we saw the union with the divine. The second one is self-control. And the third one that I would like to talk about is equanimity in actions. So in yoga, Gita says, as per Gita, yoga says it's an art of acting, all our actions without any attachment to the results. Again, it talks about the karma yoga. Performing our own one's duties. We perform our duties without getting attached to the results. What will happen in future if I do this? Will I get this or not? We are not getting into that loop. So once we are into this mode of working, where we are not getting attached, not getting entangled, that means that, we are doing our work with devotion and, without any expectation. This will itself leads to liberation, and it will not get us into a bondage. Yoga karmasu kaushalam in 2.50 it says, yoga is skill in action, our actions. So that's another definition or implication of yoga in Bhagavad Gita. So if you actually look into, if you go through this Bhagavad Gita, yoga is used at so many places with different kinds of meanings. Lord Sri Krishna has gone emphasizing the word yoga, the balance all the time, and telling us, what is that we should do, as yogis, what are that we should do. Now, the fourth part would be the different paths that of yoga, different forms of yogas, how can we do it? So again, then this is where we'll have different paths where we'll say karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, and kriya yoga or dhyana yoga, whatever. So when we say karma yoga, it is nothing but the path of action, where we are doing our actions without any expectations or selfish desires. Jnana yoga is path of knowledge or wisdom. Bhakti yoga, path of devotion, where we are completely devoted in doing it, and we have the devotion in us. And the examples of people who have done in Bhakti yoga will be Mirabai, Tulsidas, and all those are into the Bhakti yoga mode, where they've attained the self-realization, liberation with it. And the last one is again in this Dhyana Yoga, Raj Yoga, where we emphasize on meditation or the meditation or concentration, the path of meditation. So again, all these paths different kind of people will choose the different path as per their nature or convenience, or we can do a mix of all the paths we can follow. Nobody is stopping us to, do this or that. But any path you take, the aim or the goal of this path is only one, and that is union with the divine. We get into that kind of a mode, we are into, the path of yoga. So the mode is, path can be anything, but the goal is ultimately the same. And last but not the least is a state of spiritual harmony. Why are we talking about yoga consistently? One, you have that union or merge. The other one is to maintain that spiritual harmony. Yoga is not just a practice that I do in the morning, get up at 5 o'clock and I'm doing this asana, that asana and all that. No, that is not the one what I'm looking at it. But it's a state of being. A state of being where my mind is steady, my mind is calm. I maintain an inner balance, irrespective of my outer situations. Outer situation may be good or bad. If it is very good, I don't get elated or overjoyed. Okay, that's good. Or if the outer situation is not that good, or something is not that very uh, rosy, I still don't get very upset or sad. So if we are into that state, that means we are in yoga. So we can call ourselves as yoga, where the mind is steady, senses are well under control. We maintain an inner joy. We are always in that, it is like I feel we are in that divine presence always, where we are always been protected. We have, we are in that bubble kind of thing where nothing is kind of affecting us into that. That is what is, So it's a condition of inner peace and harmony and joy, and which will lead us to the liberation, or what we call it as moksha. So once we know, the different meanings of yoga, and we know that we are into that, and then we can call ourselves as yogi. So it says, another one way, yatro parmate chittam, 6.20 says, yatro parmate chittam, niruddham yoga sevaya. It means when the mind is restrained by the practice of yoga, it attains quietness and inner joy. So every shloka, if you go through it, wherever you find the word yoga, it keeps telling the same thing. It is be balance over there, and again, you can see that. So if I go with the summary of it, whatever we have to cover till now, the summary says yoga is nothing but it's a union plus discipline plus equanimity plus selfless action and ultimately realization. If once you have got into self-realization, means you have really understood the meaning of yoga. So it is, yoga itself is not just a path, itself is a path and the goal. So if you are doing it, it means that we are following the path to achieve that goal. It itself is a goal and a path, yoga. So it is a means to live rightly and the state of ultimate harmony with the divine. So if you are getting into this, that means that yes, we are in yoga. Thank you. That's all about yoga.
Wonderful, Padmaja. Very beautiful explanation about yoga.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So do I ask questions?
Yes, please.
How many types of yoga are there?
As far as the paths are considered, then we are looking at karma yoga, bhakti yoga, kriya yoga, dhyana yoga. What else?
Jnana Yoga.
Jnana yoga. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita.
Correct.
It starts with Vishada yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. Are there 18 yogas? Each chapter is called yoga.
I think he has divided into 18 chapters, but I think we did not consider it as 18 types of yogas, I think.
The meaning, when they say Vishada yoga and all, their yoga meaning is not yoga what is used in the text. Yoga means there's chapter there.
Correct.
And how many types of yoga? Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga, Kriya yoga, Karma yoga, all those things are there, right? In reality, there are only 2 yogas. Loke asmin dvida nishta pura prokta mayanaga Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. So Jnana yoga means self-inquiry, is the path of self-awareness, and karma yoga. Karma yoga means the physical activity, mental activity, verbal activity, devotion, all those come under karma yoga. So bhakti yoga is not a separate section. Many people think that bhakti yoga is a separate way. Bhakti yoga itself is a basis of all other yogas. Bhakti means love. I can have to have love for God. Anything in life is love is the basis. So bhakti yoga is fundamental for all. Bhakti yoga is fundamental for jnana also. So bhakti forms the basis, and yogas where it involves different type of action. Dhyana yoga is mental action. So they all form under karma yoga. So jnana, when you say jnana yoga, here jnana is not study of Vedanta. Jnana is self-inquiry. Self-inquiry is one path, and karma yoga is one path. Path of karma yoga is complete surrender in various ways. So that's why we have outlined in a very beautiful way, give 5 different explanations of karma yoga. In yoga in different 5 dimensions. Thank you, Padmaja. Wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice.
So bhakti yoga, people think that bhakti yoga and other yogas are there. Bhakti yoga is primary. Anything in life,
Yes, it
bhakti
is
is required.
basis.
Basis.
Yes.
So it is not bhakti
Correct.
yoga versus others.
So any activity that we do, we have to do it with bhakti, with devotion. So it becomes, as a basis for all activities, irrespective
Even
of.
Jnana yoga requires a bhakti.
Correct.
Love for the self.
Understood. Thank
Okay.
you, Guruji.
And wherever there's action involved, Dhyana yoga is mental action. Karma yoga is physical action. Jnana yoga is intellectual action. All those fall under category of yoga. Bhakti is foundation for all of them. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Padmaja. Well done. And you have passed with flying colors. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody has any other questions?
We can move to the next participant.
So what I will do is, Purnimaji, I have a meeting, executive committee meeting from apartment people. Can move.
Carry on. Carry on. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks. Right. Thanks.
Thank you.
And next is Gayatri Ji, and the topic is Atato Brahma Jignasa, an exploration of the term Atato. Gayatri Ji.
Yeah.
Anu, so you will keep timer yourself, or should I ask somebody?
I think I can put.
Okay. Thank you.
All AI generated Purnimaji. Purnimaji, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So it says Babha Jijasa.
Yeah. That's why I said it's all AI generated.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, now this is fine.
Okay, so the topic given is Brahma Sutras. So, I mean, I don't have to give introduction of. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the timer. 1 second. I don't have to give introduction of Brahma Sutras. It's the core foundation of Advaita Vedanta. So why is it important? Because it has a excellent logical reasoning, which makes sure that the seeker's intellect is sharpened, and with various debates and questioning and objections raised by the Purva Pakshis, etc. And end of the day, the seeker is not left with the slightest doubt, and he is firmly established in the truth, which just goes deep into his subconscious mind. So we all know Brahma Sutras are composed by sage Badarayana, and who is also known as Vyasa, etc. So I'll come to this first sutra, which is Athatho Brahma Jignasa. I mean, a very famous, popular, and which declares the human's highest purpose. It says that the highest purpose is to inquire into the nature of Brahman and finally get liberated. So the entire purpose of Brahma Sutras is to systematically present and then, clarify, debate, and defend, and clearly, explain the core teachings of Upanishads to people who come from various backgrounds. So, and also remove any ambiguity, contradictions, and provide a philosophical clarity. We have a no need to go deep into this thing. So let me start with a small story. So as you can see here, there is this.
You can make a slideshow.
Yeah. So the seeker traveled very far, studied scriptures, performed rituals, etc., and finally he was still searching for peace. And one day, finally exhausted, he sat by a river, and old sage, he approached and asked, "What do you seek?" And then he says, "I seek Brahman, the ultimate truth," replied the seeker. You have studied maps, but have you begun the journey inwards? So his entire pursuit was outwards, but not inwards. So knowledge of path is not the destination. So all his learning was a preparation. So like in Guruji always says that you have to the sadhana is required, but sadhana is not what gives you the liberation. Entire sadhana is to understand that sadhana is not required. I'm not able to put it in right words, but so this sadhana, this preparation, this thing is very important. I'll add one more story of Nachiketa, which explains that Athatho part. So why am I telling this story? Before I go to Athatho, Nachiketa, we know the story of Nachiketa where his father asks him to go and die, and then he goes to Lord Yama, where he was asked to wait for 3 days, and he was waiting 3 days outside. And finally, after 3 days, Lord Yama comes, and uh, so he was extremely pleased by this boy's what should I say, is patience, and 3 days without hospitality, impressed by his patience, composure, and sincerity. And he offers him 3 boons. And how he utilizes the 3 boons? Because of his, sadhana or something, Nachiketa first asked his father's peace, and then he asked knowledge of fire sacrifice, and then he asked about Atmajnana, the nature of that final question, for the boy of his age asking Atmajnana. This signifies his spiritual readiness, or what should I say, uh, um, maturity, or spiritual maturity, who, which signifies that he has already known the limitations or the futility of the worldly stuff, and he is now set to seek the ultimate truth. So Yama
Can
teaches
you
him
make
the
the slideshow?
yes, Guruji. Nothing, this is just an image.
Okay, fine. Okay, go ahead, Sudhi.
So this story emphasizes the significance of Athato. So let me go to this one. So it starts with Athato Brahma Jignasa. So Atha here means now, therefore, now, therefore. So now is not something like, okay, now we are starting new subject here. Now let us go to this topic. It's not like that, but now is like, okay, now that you have done all this, you have explored everything, you have tried out everything, and you have gone through the study of some, I mean, in ancient days, they have done all the Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Aranya Kanda, etc., etc. Everything is done, but still, there is some feeling of lacking inside. Now everything is tested, everything is tried out. Now, okay, now come to this. So that now part is very, very important. That now signifies the spiritual readiness. So so it says that inquiry into Brahman is not for everybody at any time, but only for those who have reached a certain spiritual maturity. So that's why Adi Shankaracharya talks about this sadhana chatushtaya, which we all know. So atha here signifies that only after developing these, one should begin the highest inquiry, which is like inquiry into the nature of Brahman, Brahma Jignasa. And till then, I don't think the desire also arises in people. Now that you have tested out everything, now that you have done everything, now that you have done Karma Yoga, now that you have done Bhakti Yoga, and now that you have purified yourself, now that you are so now you're ready for to till then, even if we try also, if Gnana is given before Chitta Shuddhi, it doesn't happen. So that now signifies Chitta Shuddhi. The importance of now is the entire Advaita Vedanta or the Vedanta talks how much the prerequisite of Chitta Shuddhi is like the foundation to receive Gnana, Atmajnana. So that is the importance of Atha. Then comes therefore. So what is this therefore thing? After now, there is therefore. Now that you have understood everything, therefore, hence, you can understand the significance of nature of, you will appreciate the Advaita Vedanta, you'll appreciate the nature of Brahman, you'll appreciate the greatness of realizing the self, the importance of realizing the self. So this therefore is like justifies properly justifies. Okay, nothing gives me happiness in the world. I have understood it perfectly. Now I can really search for the eternal. I can search for the self-realization, etc. So this is what, therefore, all other pursuits are temporary. I have understood that. Knowledge of Brahman is eternal. I have understood, that even though I didn't yet, realize that, but I know that this alone gives me the eternal happiness. This alone frees me from suffering. This alone frees me from the cycle of birth and death. So hence this becomes the justification. Therefore, the inquiry starts. So this is in short about, Athato Brahma Jignasa. And Brahma Jignasa, I don't have to tell, it's already known. The Jignasa is the desire, the Mumukshatva into the nature of, to know Brahman, to know the true self. Thank you.
Guruji, you are muted.
Oh, wonderful, Gayatri. Yamadharma look very attractive, actually, not threatening. Okay. So you said sadhana is not to get realization. Then what is the purpose of sadhana? And what is this jidnasa, which is what is the necessity of jidnasa?
Sadhana is actually what I have understood is sadhana is done to exhaust the ego, because ego thinks that it can do something. As long as the doer of sadhana is there, And to drop that doer of sadhana, the sadhana is very much required. So once the doer and drops, the sadhana drops, and it's so this exhaustion process, this circus is very much required.
Okay. So then what is Jitnasa is all about?
Jignasa is the intense desire, curiosity, or the genuine seeking to know what is this Brahman all about, what is the nature, why I am Brahman. People say Tattvamasi or Aham Brahmasmi, all this. So, Mumukshatva, I mean, it's the inquiry. That's the right word.
So Atato Brahma Jitnasa is inquiry into nature of Brahman. How does it help? Can inquiry lead to liberation?
Inquiry will remove the ignorance, which will reveal that I am and I was always liberated.
So what will happen to the people who are not qualified? Ato,
They'll be backbenchers attending Atmadarshana batches again and again and again and again. Till that Chitta Shuddhi happens. So they will be put to Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga or some yoga with the universe through some guru. So that goes on. Unless, some grace suddenly pulls them up because of some good karma they have done. Otherwise, it's very, I mean, without the Chitta Shuddhi, if a guru says Tattvamasi, it doesn't go into the head.
okay, wonderful, Gayatri. Very nice.
Thank you.
Kamala, can we have the next participant?
The next participant is I only Punyaji.
Very good.
And my topic is Bhakti, game changer. So, Gayatri ji, can you keep the timer?
Yes, Kamalaji.
Can you come
Shall I
on
start?
video?
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, starting Kamalaji.
Okay. Hari Om. So the topic given to me is Bhakti. So before getting into the topic, Bhakti, the game changer. So first, let us understand what Bhakti means. As Prabhuji said, Bhakti means any kind of love or devotion for anything. It can be materialistic or in the spiritual path. It is when you consider in the dualistic path, Dvaita, it is devotion towards the God. So it is what happens is it represents an emotional connection between a bhakta and the deity or the divine. So Bhagavad Gita says it is the supreme path for realization. So why bhakti is important? Um, what is happening in bhakti? So I'll take it through Bhagavad Gita only. In chapter 7, Bhagavan says there are 4 types of bhakta: artha, artharthi, jignasu, and jnani. Artha is a kind of a bhakta. Whenever we are in distress or whenever we are in some suffering or in pain, they start they will start praying God for help, for in need. So that is the first basic level of a kind of a bhakta. Second is artharthi. Artharthi is a kind of a wealth seeker who wants power, who wants money, and all anything, any kind of a boon. If a person is asking, that is a kind of bhakta is called artharthi. And third is jignasu. Jignasu is a person who wants to know the ultimate knowledge of truth. So he is jignasu, and the jnani is a person who Jnani is a person who understands the truth, and he finds that he himself and the God is not a different one, and everybody both are same and one. So he is a Jnani. So these are the four kinds of bhaktas as per Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Krishna is telling, and there is a specific chapter, chapter 12, explicitly talks about bhakti yoga, in which Bhagavan says there are, see, both people who seeks me, so Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma both are equally close to me, but the person who sees the path of Saguna understands me easily, because when you meditate or through knowledge path, you need intellect and mind, and many people will not be able to meditate because there will be lot of confusions or stress in the mind and turbulences in the mind, and if they are not able to do it, you cannot reach the path. But bhakti is the easiest path, because there are now 9 types of bhakti which is prescribed by Narada Muni. So it is the very simplest form, right? So by mere, if you are not able to, Bhagavan says, if you are not able to meditate, you please repeat my name. And if you are not able to repeat my name, at least do all your actions as a offering to me. So in such cases, he is coming to the least and simplest form, and this he says this is the easiest path by which even in your daily life also you can think about me, or you can reach to me. And so what happens in therefore bhakti is helping in transformation. So how means when we do an act, when we do something, and through bhakti, the person will no longer do some activity as a part of his duty or responsibility, and he is not detaching himself from the duty, but he himself performs the duty as a devotion to the God. In that means he is automatically getting that jnana, and inadvertently through bhakti he attains God. And in the Jnana Yoga also, see, knowledge becomes a deeper and intimate understanding of the divine, and through bhakti, it is attained. So, in Ramayana, surrender is also called, surrender is the form of bhakti. So in each kandam, it is Ramayana is called Sharanagati Saram. So in Balakanda, all the devatas goes to Mahavishnu and seeks that for the help. So what happens is, in bhakti, people surrenders. What is happening? Like when you surrender, you no longer think that you and God are different, but your ego is ultimately destroyed, and that transforms and gives priority to the ultimate supreme reality. In each of the kandams, like in Bala Kandam, Devatas is going to Vishnu for help, because there is a lot of Rakshasas, and Bhuma Devi is worried. And second, in Ayodhya Kandam, Bharata goes and tells, even after getting the kingdom and the becoming he has the opportunity to become a king, he is distressed, and he goes to Rama and says that I need, he surrenders to him, and he takes his padukas and lives and rules the country on behalf of Rama. And in Aranya Kandam, all the rishis and munis are going to Rama and surrenders for help, because they are not able to perform their rituals because of these Rakshasas. And in Sundara Kandam, Sita Mata is surrendering to Rama, because she is no more able to find solace or solace because of the problems and the things that has been given to her by Ravana. And finally, in Yuddha Kandam, Vibhishana is doing surrender, and he even he completely comes out of his brother and him from his clan and all, and he completely surrenders to the god. And he stands with Rama and fights for and against his own community. So bhakti, so in Ramayana there are a lot of, I mean, not only Ramayana, in our Puranas also, bhakti is given a very deeper importance, because it is found to be a easiest path. So it is universal. It doesn't need any caste. You don't need any intellectual or a ritualistic thing. Even a simple devotion or a simple offering can lead to lead to liberation. So that's all. Thank you.
Wonderful, Kamala. Very nice talk on Bhakti, a game changer. I just want to understand what game you are speaking of.
See,
What
Guruji,
game is being changed?
game, it is not a repetition of a mechanical doing of something, right? At one point of time, the ego is completely destroyed and purifies. Chitta Shuddhi happens, and that is transforming to jnana and leading to liberation.
Okay. So that's the game.
Yeah.
Whose game is that? Wonderful. So now you spoke of Artha, Jidnasu, Arthadi, Gnani, 4 types of bhaktas, right?
Yeah.
Out of these, Artha, Jidnasu, Arthati, Gnani, can you give some example from the history who for Artha, Jidnasu, Arthati?
Okay. Um, So, Artha is a person who, when you are in pain, you call God,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, uh, अरे,
So which category Draupadi belongs to?
Draupadi, yeah, correct. Draupadi is also like that. When
Okay.
she needs help, she calls for the God, correct. Then
Jidnasu, give me example of Jidnasu.
Jignasu, in who feeling their ignorance and understand. He is the person who wants a deeper truth, right?
Correct.
So Nachiketa.
Okay, which category you belong?
I don't know. I need jnana only, so I am also jignasu only, Guruji.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice, Kamala.
Thank you, Purnimaji. Next is Mamtaji, and the topic is exploring the terms Maya and Nitya.
Who is keeping time?
Do you need help in Zoom share?
I will keep Punj.
Mata, you need help in Zoom sharing? It's not clear. Can you hear?
Hari Om Al Atmajyotis. You're able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The topic is given to me is Maya and Mithya. So let's first understand what is Maya and what is Mithya. Maya is the power of Brahman or power of consciousness And sometimes it's also called as the cosmic dream. And Mithya is something which is experientially real, but factually not real, and is dependent on consciousness. So to understand this a little bit better, I would like to relate Maya and Mithya with a magician. Long back, there was a magician by name P.C. Sarkar. And people used to wait for his shows and all. And his show was called as Maya Jal. And people used to wait over there and go for his show and all. If you see, right from the time when the magician used to come to the stage till the end, he was able to catch the attention of all the audience 100%. That was the way he was that was the way he was conducting the shows. And in whole of the show, you can always see Sarkar always smiling and laughing and enjoying. Isn't that what Brahman is also doing? He is aramse sitting over there in blissful state, not bothered about what's happening in this world. And I would like to show a small video. I hope so I'll be able to share it.
You want help in sharing video?
Is it visible?
Mamtaji, you're not able to hear us? I think she is not able to hear any of us.
Go to sharing here.
Share kill.
Go to share.
ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಗುರುಜಿ? No, they are not able to hear. Some issue with audio.
No, I think she kept the laptop volume on mute. That's all. The
Mm,
speakers.
Send a message.
But when we said it is Pamtaji's turn, how she heard?
Ah, ಅದೇ.
It is the list, no, Purnimaji.
Oh, no.
Order.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Okay. Audio not there. So just now you saw the video in which a girl comes and it changes to another bird and another bird, and on last she becomes a peacock also. So it keeps on changing. In this world also, nothing is permanent over here. It keeps on changing. But like in that video which I showed, the audience are glued to it. Some are very happy, some are finding it fascinating, all sorts of emotions are coming over there in that audience. Audience are forgetting that they are audience and they are viewing over there, and that is just something which is a show is happening over there. Isn't that what's happening with us also over here? The whole world is so attractive. We are engrossed in whatever is happening outside. When we see something, some desire comes and we work towards it. So we do some karma phala comes. And then again death comes, and again we take a birth because of that cycle. And that cycle goes over there, like birth and death. There's some not. I put
Wait, you together.
me like
Together.
I put.
Wait, question answer thing.
Na hanga. Okay, so that's how this cycle of birth and death keeps coming. And if we see the show also, because we like that P.C. Sorkar's magic show, that Maya Jal, the way he does it is so attractive that every time he comes to the city, we go and see that one. The desire doesn't end over there. We feel so fascinated, so excited over there, seeing that one. That's like this birth and death cycle. So, is there any possibility of coming out of this Maya Jal? Definitely yes. That's what we call it as grace. If you see in that magic show, sometimes Sarkar invites someone from the audience to come to the stage and help him in this continuing this magic show. But most of them are very afraid over there. They are scared that he will turn us into some bird or some other thing, and my original this thing will go off. So many people will not accept it. But still, a few who take a chance and say that, yes, I would like to do it, and they lift their hand up. And one of them are invited by the magician over there. And when he comes there, he asks the person to relax, and he tells him exactly what he's going to do. And he tells him, this is just a show, don't get afraid, nothing is going to happen, and you'll be fine. And he also relaxes, and in accordance to whatever the magician has said, he does it. And when he comes down, he comes laughing over there. And the people around him come with him and ask him, what happened? Did he really cut you into pieces? Didn't you feel any pain or anything? So many questions are asked, and then he says, no, nothing happened. And he said, and he explains whatever has happened, and that relaxes the other people who listens to him. So similarly, in our life, when we are fed up of this birth and death cycle, we come to a point when we say, we don't want any more birth and death. We want to come out of this thing. Then we start looking for a guru. And when we finally meet a guru is not someone who has already not there in the physical form. That will not help us. That will help us to a certain extent to know that someone is able to come out of this thing. But when we meet a physical guru, a guru who I can relate to, or the guru is able to talk or tell us in a term in which I can understand, then when I meet that person, that physical guru, the human being in a physical form, when I meet such a person, only then when I take him and he teaches us that this is Brahma Satya and Jagan Mithya. That teaching is given to us by a guru. And when that happens and we understand it and it's very clear to us and I'm able to apply it and I understand that I am Brahman. Till now, though I was Brahman, I never accepted it. Even if someone said, you are also God, I would just laugh at it. How can I be God? Where do I have the power of all these things? So all these things comes. But when a guru points out in his own way, in a way which I can understand, then I come to know that, yes, it's possible. And I followed whatever he tells and I realize myself. That is when I come out of this whole Mayajal of Brahman. And in the end, it's left to me whether I want to continue in this Mayajal with the awareness that I am just a Sakshi. And in this light of self foundation, we are showered with so much of grace because we have not only got a guru, but we have got also the Atmajyana, highest teaching, told in a very simple way. Now it's left to us whether we want to be still in the Mayajal or we want to come out. Choice is yours. Thank you.
What will happen once you come out of Mayajal?
Wonderful. Yeah.
What happens when you come out of Mayajal?
What happens to?
What happens when you come out of Mayajal? Where will you go?
1 minute, I'll come to the hall itself.
Okay.
What happens to me?
What? Wait, listen. What happens if you come out of Maya Jala? Where will you go? Once you come out of Maya Jala Brahman, where will you go?
I don't go anywhere. I
Okay. So can you give example of Maya and Mithya? Example.
example. Recently, we went to a movie in Forum. There, a movie is projected. That is the Maya.
Maya.
That we cannot make any changes. That is the Brahman's dream. But I am there watching that one. And every scene it keeps on changing. That is the Mithya part over there.
Okay.
But if I'm engrossed in that one, and whatever happens over there happens in me also. But if I understand that I'm just an audience over there and this movie is something different from me, that's not me, then I come out of this Maya. That is Maya and Mithya, which I can tell in this.
Wonderful. Very nice explanation. And a nice example of the magician, the girl turning into a peacock. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mamtaji. Next topic is for Anupama. The topic is Dasoham or Shivoham. Which path I prefer? Anu, are you ready? Anu, you are on mute.
Sorry, 1 minute. என்னடா பண்றாராச்சு இது? Okay. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om all. The topic is
Anu, one second.
Dasoham and Shivoham. Versus Shivoham. So, is my screen visible
Anupama,
to
can
all?
you turn on the video, please, for spotlighting?
Krishna Guruvayurappa. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Gayatri, are you ready for the timer?
I already started, I'll start again.
Oh, okay. Okay, let it be. So, this Dasoham and Shivoham are very much spoken two words in our spiritual path. So, first we will see what is Dasoham. So, Dasoham is the path of surrender, we can say. It means that I am the servant. So when is this dasoham appear in a person? Only the attitude changes, that I am not the doer, I am not the knower, and I am not the enjoyer. And how it happens? It happens only through bhakti. And what is there in bhakti? In bhakti, there is the complete trust in Bhagavan. He takes care of everything. Whatever I am doing is all because of him. I am just his instrument. That comes to that bhakta. Okay, so what is happening there? There the ego is dissolved. I am great, I am doing, I know everything. All that is dissolved, and it leads to the shraddha, that belief in the guru later. Okay, through surrender. So when we say Dasoham, the very first person comes to our mind is no other than Hanuman. We all know that Hanuman is the greatest bhakta of Lord Rama. So why he is the perfect embodiment of Dasoham? Because he himself says that first when he meets Sri Rama in Ayodhya Kanda, then also he says Deha Buddhyatu Dasoham. There he simply says that I am the Dasa of who? The king, King Sugriva. Later, as he gets to know Sri Rama, then he become the evergreen bhakta, the dasa of Lord Rama. So what is happening because of this this dasoham bhava? It is the whatever as he says, with when I am working with this body and mind, I am your dasa. So that becomes his strength to serve all the work wherever, whatever service, whatever assignment is given to him, it comes out with only perfection. So that perfection is coming out of this bhava. And ultimately what is happening, Rama himself says that I am in your heart, I have nothing else to give you, I am giving myself, I am becoming your servant, is what Lord Rama says. So that is the power of dasoham. So we will just go through one more story of Uddhava. So this comes in our Bhagavata Purana, where when Krishna was in when Krishna left.
We'll see the PPT, no, made in gamma.tab.
Yeah.
I mean, is it slideshow?
It is a slideshow, but something happened with the presentation, so I am myself is pulling the slides.
Sorry.
Okay. So when Krishna learns that all the people of Vrindavana are in just to say to Uddhava, he says that the gopis, all the gopis and in Vrindavana are in pain because of my separation. Can you please go to you are a very great scholar, you know Atmajnana, so you go and teach them that they and me are not different, I am in everything, you please go and teach him, he says. So he goes to Vrindavan thinking that I will go and help them to understand that oneness. So when he goes, he sees that the gopikas are whatever they are doing, when they see the cloud, when they feel the wind, they are seeing Krishna in everything. They laugh, they laugh with Krishna, they sing with Krishna, they cry with Krishna. So he thinks that, then he tries to explain the gopis that no, Krishna is in everything, you and Krishna are not separate, so understand that and all. So what but in turn he understands what the gopis tell him. They tell him that we all know that Krishna is in all, so the thought I and he burns in us, and only his name remains. Then only Uddhava, that struck Uddhava's ego a lot. Though he was a scholar, that Chitta Shuddhi has not happened in him. But gopis, they are they know everything very well. They are pure love, that surrender to Krishna, that has transcended. They are talking everything. The others seem to be pain, others think that they are in pain, but they are not in pain, they are in ecstasy. That Uddhava learns from them. Then he understands that Krishna has not sent him to teach gopis, but to for Uddhava to learn from gopis, so that he can the chitta shuddhi can happen, and he can understand that real oneness. Next is Shivoham, the path of realization. What is that? Shivoham means I am Shiva. The word Shiva does not mean here our Lord of destruction, Shiva. Here, the Shiva represents the awareness, bliss, and the pure consciousness. So, what is this path? This path is pure understanding, as our Guruji says. I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect, I am pure consciousness. So that is Shivoham. Here I want to share the story of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It is said that one day when he was doing puja, he had an experience where the idol before him he was doing puja, and he saw the idol becoming one light, and getting merged into him. So he felt that that is the moment he felt that the God and me are not separate. I am the God is in me, the everything, the creation, everything is inside me. That that oneness he felt at that very moment. But we very well know that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is greatest devotee of Ma Kali. So what is happening here? Though the the devotee bhava is there, that itself is taking them to the next stage of realizing the oneness. No more I am me, myself, and Kali are not separate. We both are same. That he is able to understand. So before concluding the Dasoham and Shivoham, the two terms, I would like to bring the analogy of this two birds in, I think, one of the Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, I think, where there are two birds sitting on a beautiful big tree with lot of fruits. But these fruits are the plant, the tree had both kind of fruits. One is a fully ripened sweet fruit, and there are fruits that are a little bit ripe, that are bitter in taste. There is the first bird is constantly eating this fruit after that fruit, that fruit after this fruit. But there is one more bird which is sitting in the little bit higher branch and just observing all these things happening. So it is the first bird is said to be Jiva. Jiva is actually when the Jiva is without Jnana, the Jiva is repeatedly going through all the Kama, Krodha, Lobha. So the same cycle is happening because of the result, happiness and unhappiness. So I want this, I want that. So when the Jnana comes, and one of the path, when the Jiva will get ready for Jnana, only through Shat Sampati and through so to attain that Shat Sampati, when the Jnana happens, when the longing, the yearning for the Jnana happens, the first bird will actually try and jump and become take the place of the second bird, go to higher branch and sit with the second bird, who is actually just witnessing what is all happening. Even though where the wind, the monsoon happening, everything is happening around the tree, that is also affecting something of the tree, but it remains just the observer. To conclude, I may ask, how is the presentation and the result of this presentation?
Wonderful, Anupama. Very nice.
So, Guruji, to conclude, I would say this is the journey from Dasoham to Shivoham, which I prefer is, I started to prepare the PPT only by 6:30, but
Okay.
I started doing it saying Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, because Anupama as a person works in 2-3 tools every day and knows how the result comes.
Okay.
So if the PPT is fine and it is good, then that is Shivoham.
Very good. Wonderful. So Dasoham is there and Shivoham is there. In between there, Soham is there. What is that? What is that three? Dasoham, Shivoham, Soham. What is the connection?
Dasoham is the initial first step.
Hmm. Okay.
Then uh,
Soham.
then that understanding of Soham is happening.
Hmm.
I am that. Once it is completely understood and clarity is reached, then it is Shivoham.
Very good. So Dasoham means I am body conscious. This body is an instrument of God, Guru. It's called Dasoham.
Mm.
I am not the doer. I'm
I
not
am
the
not.
enjoyer. I'm not the Lord. God operates with his body is called Dasoham.
Mm.
Shivoham means dhyana, mental level. I am one with God. Then not Shivoham, Soham. Soham
Soham.
means I'm one with God. Then you ask question, Koham, who am I? Even Dasoham level, there's ego. Ego is a purified ego.
Mm.
Soham level, there's a purified ego. Then ask question, who am I? Koham. Then becomes Shivoham, I am Shiva. So Dasoham, Soham, Koham, Shivoham.
Oh.
Where are you?
I am traveling between all these things.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Wonderful.
Guruji, in Dasoham, the physical presence, there is attachment with this physical nature. But in Soham, I feel that there is a little more subtler understanding is happening.
Yeah. Soham is dhyana, meditation. I am one with God.
Uh,
Koham means who am I? Inquiry.
huh,
Naham, I am not there.
I am not there.
I means ego is not there. Then remains Shivoham.
Sure.
Dasoham, Soham, Koham, Naham, Shivoham.
Hmm.
Okay. Wonderful.
Purnimaji, your comments, please.
What comments? Yeah, it was so nice. Actually, I wanted to ask Prabhuji, does Soham come first or Koham come first, Prabhuji, in that order?
Soham. In Soham level,
Hmm.
Soham is actually like in contemplation, Aham Brahmasmi type. Soham is Shivoham. You can again constantly, again and again think that I am one with Shiva. It's called meditation. Dhyana.
Okay.
Koham is the inquiry. Naham is understanding that I am not the body, mind, and intellect. Then comes Shivoham. Nanu nanembudu nanalla, ideha manabuddhi nanalla. That is Naham. Shivoham is final.
Okay, Prabhuji. Very nice.
Now it's Sriram's time. Sriram, can you please tell your topic and start?
Last
Yes.
presentation for the day. Yes.
Hari Om.
Hari
Let
Om.
me just share my screen.
Keep time also.
Okay. Hari Om, everyone. Hari Om to all. The topic given to me was managing the mind, a Vedantic perspective. So, I would like to approach this by addressing it with 4 key questions. So, when you say managing the mind, let us first try to understand what the mind is and what in the mind needs to be managed, whether it can be managed, and how you can manage that issue. So on a day-to-day basis, everyone has problems with the mind. But based on Guruji's teachings, I would like to go through this particular topic with these questions to see if we can actually manage the mind or not. So firstly, what is the mind? The mind is a flow. So it is a flow of thoughts, flow of emotions. As you can see here, the river is flowing. Just like that, in the mind, thoughts come up and disappear. Emotions come up and disappear. Memories come up and disappear. So at every moment, a new thought is present. And that is the mind. So the mind effectively is a single thought. It is one thought which arises at any point of time. And this is a flow. So just like how water comes and goes in a river, thoughts come and go in the mind. Now a flow is confused to be a solid entity. So we look at the mind as a separate entity which has some properties, which has some independent existence. But that is not the case. Just like how a river is just a flow which is always changing, the mind is also always changing. Now the problem is, a flow cannot be controlled. Not just us, even Arjuna had this problem. So he asked Krishna, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. So he says, the mind is like the wind. It is so difficult to control, so difficult to hold. How do I hold it? So this is the mind. Now, within the mind, what needs to be managed? When the flow is too strong, so when the river is being fed by emotions, when it's being fed by memories, just like how when the river is being fed by the rain, it starts flooding. When the mind is being fed by these strong feelings, it starts flooding. When the flow is too strong, it becomes unmanageable. This happens because of multiple reasons. So it can be external stimuli, it can be memories. So external stimuli in the sense, someone says something to you, or you see something which disturbs you. So it brings up emotions. And these emotions feed the mind. And the thoughts in turn feed the emotions. So it becomes an unbreakable chain. Or it can be memories. Memories start thought chains and you get lost in it. So the problem is not that the mind exists and that the mind has thoughts. The problem is when you're lost in the force of the mind. When you feel lost in one thought after another, and you're not able to come out of it. You feel like you're losing all sense of stability and peace. So this is what needs to be managed. The flow is too strong. Now, can it be managed? It can be managed once you become aware. So at any given point of time, if you're not aware of the mind creating this problem, you get identified with it. So there is a problem that comes up. You have to attend to a deadline, or someone is creating some issues at home or something like that, and you have continuous thought chain about it. The problem is you get identified with the thought chain, and that is why you cannot come out of it. The moment you become aware, you can take some action. Conscious action can be taken only when you become aware of the thought chain instead of being identified with it. So, based on Guruji's teachings, these are some techniques you can use when the mind is too strong. So, these are some things that have worked for me. Observing the tip of the nose. So, when the mind is too active, if you bring the attention to the tip of the nose, as the breath goes in and comes out, you bring awareness to the tip of the nose, the mind becomes silent. Or you can ask the question, is the body alive? So this is a very powerful question. When you ask, is the body alive? Your attention immediately goes to the heartbeat, to the sensation on the skin, to the colors you are seeing. So you become aware of the aliveness in the body. This brings the mind back to the present moment and it loses the energy that is driving it. Or you can become aware of the third eye. So third eye is the center of Saguna Brahma or the Guru, and this immediately makes the mind silent. Or you can ask, who am I? Asking who am I is like dropping the hammer. The moment you ask who am I, the identification with the false self is removed. So you are identified with an idea of yourself and that is driving the mind. When you ask who am I, you go back to the original self, Brahman, and the mind loses its energy. But how to become aware? In order to do these things, you need to be aware when the mind is active. The only solution to that is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa and Seva. So Shravana is listening to the teaching, Manana is contemplation, which is what we are doing, and Nididhyasa is practicing staying as a self in the ultimate relaxed state. And Seva is Karma Yoga, selfless service for the welfare of the world. Now, how do you really manage the mind? So when the mind comes up, you can apply some techniques. But there is a short-term solution. There are two ways in which you can manage the mind in the long term. So this managing is getting detached. You realize that you cannot manage a flow. It is not something to be managed. The desire to manage this itself is a part of the mind. So there are two paths for this. The path of surrender and the path of Atmavichara. So this is not very different to what Anupamaji just spoke about. So path of surrender is the path of Prahalada and Hanuman. Prahalada, in the face of death, his father had ordered his death. In the face of death, he was completely peaceful. There was no disturbance. There was no thought of what will happen to me. I'm going to die. Will there be pain? There is no thought of any of that because he is absorbed in Vishnu. He is absorbed in Brahman. The mind is absorbed in the self. That is the path of surrender. Naham karta, harireva karta. So this brings deep peace. So the question of managing the mind disappears because Ishvara will take care of the mind. I am not the one who does anything. The another path is the path of Atmavichara. This is the path of Ramana Maharshi and Shankaracharya. So the teaching here is Deham Naham, Koham Soham. I am not the body. Who am I? Soham, I am Brahman, I am Shiva. And also, Nanu Nanembuddhi Nanalla, Ee Deham Anabuddhi Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma Shivananu Nane, Shivoham Shivoham. This is the teaching in the path of Atmavichara. So the question asked is Koham. Inquire into the nature of the mind, into the nature of yourself. Both these ways, you realize that the mind is not your problem. That is the only way to manage the mind. So the path to managing the mind is to realize that you are not the one who has to manage it. In the path of surrender, it is Ishvara's problem. You leave the responsibility to the higher power. In the path of Atmavichara, you recognize that the mind is not real. It is only a flow. It need not be managed. In any case, I am not affected by it. I am the self, the untouched, the pure. Shivoham. So this is the Vichara Marga. The left side represents the self, Brahman. And the right side is your apparent sense of self and the world. So these connections here represent the body, the mind, the world and everything. And the brain represents the physical brain and the mind and your individuality, sense of self. So you're in Atma Vichara, instead of going this way from left to right, where you're identified with this biological computer which holds all the information about yourself, all the information about relationships and everything. The moment you ask, who am I? You shift to the left and you recognize that this whole section is not your problem because it was never real. It is just some information held by a biological system. So all the thoughts, all the chains created are not real. They are just a consequence of society. It's all a part of illusion, the mind. So that means the right side drops off. There is only the self. And the recognition is not that something has to be dropped. The recognition is it was always the self, which was the reality. The right side, or the mind and the world and the body, is only a misunderstanding, a confusion, an identification with something changing which is not real. So this is the realization, Nanu Nanambudu Nanalla, resulting in Shivoham. Thank you so much. Is there any questions?
Wonderful, wonderful, Shriram. You gave a very good, very clear understanding of managing the mind. I've heard only of damaging of the mind, never heard managing of the mind. So, you think mind still can be managed?
Mind can be managed in the sense, what do you mean by managing the mind?
You only talk now about managing the mind.
So, in reality, there is no mind to be managed.
Okay.
And even the thought of managing the mind is a part of the mind itself.
Good. So, has this understanding given you peace in life?
Yes.
You have mind?
Sorry?
Yeah, it has given you peace to your mind?
No. There is
No.
that is a contradictory, a paradoxical statement.
Okay. You can stop sharing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so giving peace to the mind is a sort of a paradoxical statement.
So people say peace of my mind. What do you mean by that? Peace of mind. For peace of mind, I'm doing something, they'll say. What do you mean by that?
Peace of, according to your teaching only, peace of mind is a misnomer. It is nothing but peace of no mind.
Okay.
There is only peace
So
when there is no mind.
when peace is there, there's no mind is there. Okay. Very good. Wonderful, Shriram. Very nice talk and very clear.
Thank you so much.
And PPT is also very nice. How did you make it? I also want to learn.
No, I just made on Google Slides.
Google Slides.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So that's for today, Prabhuji. All of them have spoken.
Yeah. Good.
This was the last session of our Jnana Sindhu group, Bhargava group.
Very good.
I think they have done an excellent job.
So I'm very happy to be present with all of you, to be present for this last concluding session of Jnana Sindhu. Sindhu means ocean, the ocean of wisdom. All of you have gone through Vedanta Study Circle, Jnana Bindu and Jnana Sindhu. It's a long journey, but definitely it adds a lot of value to your life and value to the people who come around you. The purpose of Jnana Bindu and Jnana Sindhu is we should be able to communicate the teachings of Vedanta very clearly to people. Not just that I understand, I should be able to communicate. So this comes from my experience in America once. In America, we went to, four of us went to one businessman's house. Businessman, American businessman. First meeting, something we have to start open the meeting. So for opening meeting, people ask something, how are you and all. This businessman asked, do you believe in karma? And three of my friends, Indians, they got rattled. What is karma? They don't even know. They have not heard of this karma theory and all. They started giving some running away answers which are escapism. No, I don't understand karma. I don't understand karma theory. Many people, Indians, believe, but we don't believe in karma theory. Like that, they started saying. Because basically, they are not able to communicate very simple about karma. Then the Americans said, hold on. I believe in karma theory. Okay, cause and effect. My wife believes in karma theory. Both of us believe that we were born in some other incarnation somewhere and we are rebirth. Like that, he explained. So basically, in India, we are not able to express even a small teaching in a very clear way to some other people. That's actually, it causes harm to the society, harm to ourselves. So Jnana Bindu at Jnana Sindhu program is for communicating beautifully to others. So this is thanks to Vaniji, Vasu, Purnimaji, and all the coordinators. It's a long time for us to come to this level where people are able to speak clearly about 10 minutes of any topic. There's so much of clarity in all the people. Understanding is clear. They're able to communicate without any difficulty. Also, they're able to communicate with the PowerPoint presentation and a little bit of dramatization also. I'm very happy with the illustrations. Some people communicate with shloka, some people give example. So right way ability to communicate is also very important, because if you can't communicate, the society will lose the value of jnana. So that is the purpose. And thanks to Vaniji, Vasu, Purnimaji, and all other coordinators, we have many Jnana Bindus and Jnana Sindhus. I'm so happy. So for Jnana Sindhus, your job, your learning doesn't end here. It begins here. The knowledge is worth the knowledge when you share with the people. Not that you catch hold of somebody in the street and try to share. So you should be able to share, communicate this knowledge in different ways to the seeker. So then only whatever knowledge is there becomes wisdom, the living truth. I wish all of you all the best. May Sadguru bless all of you. I'm so happy to be here. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Prabhuji. Super session, Purnima. Really good. Everybody spoke so well. So inspiring to listen to all the Bhargavas.
Yes,
Superb.
it was. Yes.
Very happy.
Shaped
Very
out
nice.
so well. Yes. Very happy.
Not many people will come up to this point. In the journey, some people start, some people go halfway, some people go to
Yes.
get dropped. Some
That
people
has
reach this
happened.
point. Huh?
Yes,
Right? So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, all of you are really gems who have come through this journey.
It's all because of your grace only, Guruji.
Guru's grace, God's grace.
Each one of them is a gem, Prabhuji. What you said is
Yeah.
absolutely true.
We are
So
hoping
happy.
they'll take up roles for the upcoming JJ sessions. They should be able to handle sessions independently. That is the
Yeah.
intention. Yes.
Yeah. That will help. Because the ultimate jnana should not stagnate.
Yeah.
Jnana has to flow. It should reach many more people. So that's the purpose I started the AVSC, Jnana Jyoti, Jnana Bindu, Jnana Sindhu. Now I'm started for children program called I Lead. So that's also come into some shape. Hopefully, this whole stream of Jnana will flow.
Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Can we have the closing prayer?
Yes, Purnimaji. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amridangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham. Hari Om.
All
So
right.
it was such a nice session. It feels good after coming to after crossing many milestones to reach a point where you are today. I'm sure all of you will be happy. So it's a celebration time.
Yes,
Jai
Prabhuji.
Ho.
Jai Ho. Jai Ho. Thanks to everyone.
So